full semen is.
Oh,
So we
right, okay.
store it.
Yeah.
Just when she gets the results back from her genomics,
Yeah.
she'll then decide which bull she's going to use, and then all the bulls are in there, and it's in liquid nitrogen.
I know, I know.
Yeah.
So what kind of semen you are using? All the Holstein or Jersey or?
No, we're coming a little bit away from Holstein and going a little bit more Friesian. We want a stronger squatter cow. We don't want tall Holstein cows.
All right, okay. So do you know the code number of that?
Or she might have 20 different bulls.
All right.
She
okay.
buys lots of bulls. She buys a lot of sex semen, and to be honest, we're using a lot of genomic. I can find out for you, but she's using a lot of genomic bulls.
Yeah.
Might be good this year. Next year we're on to another bull. It's
All
changing
right,
all the
changing
time.
all the time.
Anyway, come upstairs. You can see the computer.
Yeah.
So all the information goes into this computer. So we have a few different screens. So this screen here, so this is telling us what the cows are doing at the moment. So this is like a league table. So the best cow at the moment is doing 72 litres.
Yeah.
Our average for the whole herd is 41. It also tells us what state she's at. So that cow's been served, that's calved, pregnancy diagnosis positive. Do you want to just go and open that door? This is sort of more of our chart for telling us what the performance is. That's telling you how many times that cow gets milked, is getting milked.
Yeah.
That's how many days in milk.
All right, okay.
And that's how much yield she's done so far. So there's obviously a cow there, she's been 190 days, she's done 10,000 litres. But then we have other pages. The one we mainly use is this one. And this page is what we use when we go and gather the cows. So twice a day, we'll come on this and check and see which cows haven't been in the robot for whatever reason.
All right,
We'll go and
okay.
find them, bring them in, and then make sure they've gone through the robot. So at the moment, there's actually only 2 cows that haven't been in at their designated time. So all of these don't need to go into the robot, but these 2 here, well, that one is actually one that's just calved. That was the mother of the 2 twins.
Oh,
She's
okay.
in a straw pen over here. And 316, she's 253 days in milk. So she's been in milk a long time. So she's only given 30 litres, so we don't worry about her so much.
All right, okay. So after insemination, so how do you know the cows got pregnant?
The vet will PD them at 30 days. So another 30 days will go by.
Yeah.
And she'll PD them with a scanner. She puts a scanner in.
All
so
right.
if she's not in calf, she'll decide why she's not in calf, and then again she may give hormones so that she obviously then comes in season on heat, and then we'll serve her again.
So if she didn't get pregnant after 3 or 4 insemination, so what you gonna do? You gonna sell it or you
No,
get treatment?
I'll hire a bull. We'll often hire an Aberdeen Angus bull. If we're getting a group where we think we're getting too many of these, I'll hire a bull. We'll keep in the pens over there, and they'll go to the bull. And if the bull then doesn't get them in calf, they've got to go.
True.
Yeah,
It's same like everywhere.
Yeah.
So
Usually, either Jess can't get them in calf because they're possibly cystic, which is the cyst in the ovaries, which often the vet can get rid of. But it's unusual that Jess can't get them in calf. But if she can't get them in calf, it's probably because they've got an injury inside after calving. We don't know why, but we're getting an awful lot of twins at the moment. I'd say in the last 18 months, out of 170, 80 calvings, we might have had 40 twins, which is quite unusual. And the problem you get with twins is they can often be difficult to calve because they can be backside first, upside down, but also it knocks the cow. It really does drag the cow down. She doesn't come, and sometimes we find that because they've calved, they've lost all that space. We can then get LDAs, displaced abomasums. In other words, you've got this big cavity, calves have gone out, and then they don't eat enough for the abomasum to fill back up, and then you've got this big cavity and the abomasum floats, gets gas in it, floats, and they get twisted, and we then have to operate on them. So twins are never very good.
alright, so when the cows got the if they doesn't have calcium
Yes.
after giving
Milk
birth.
fever. Yes, yeah.
So what you do yourself?
We do it ourselves, but what we do, we feed calcium carbonate, and that reduces milk fever. It's like a little pellet, like a little crystal, sorry, that we put on the cake, and that helps a lot. But we still do get the odd milk fever, but we'll give them a bottle or even maybe 2 bottles.
So you don't give any drip?
Only if she's down.
Alright.
We'll drip it into the neck or into under the skin.
Skin,
It depends how bad she is.
Okay, these are doing yourself.
Yes, yeah. In Britain, we're allowed to do a lot of things. There's not many things. We couldn't do a cesarean, and we couldn't do an LDA, but most other things. We
So
can do.
can you do insemination?
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah, Jess does it all. Jess does all the insemination.
Alright.
Yeah, she does all that herself.
Alright, okay.
Yeah.
So what kind of scanner are you using to know the
It's only a little one, and she either has it on her head, so
Yeah.
she can see the screen, or she has it on her wrist. And so when she puts her arm in with the scanner there, the screen shows up and we can see the calf inside.
Alright, that's good thing.
Oh, it's clever,
Yeah.
really clever. She has a backpack on her back, a little box on her back, that's the power, and it's just a lead from it, and it's probably about that long, about that wide, and she just puts it in her hand, goes in, scans, and it brings it up on the screen. So if she has it on her wrist, we can all see, but if she has it up here on a thing, it's only her that can see. But she usually has it on her wrist,
Alright, okay.
just a little screen.
So how much it gonna cost here, the scanner?
Oh, the scanners are probably about 8,000 or 9,000. Yeah, they're expensive.
£9,000, yeah.
We have the vet comes every fortnight. We spend probably every year about 20,000 on the vet, so we spend a lot of money.
Alright.
But they're here every fortnight. She's been here today, and it is expensive. But we think it's money well spent.
Yeah.
When we do our costings, our cost of production, we can calculate how much it costs pence per litre for the vet, and we've always got a target of where we want to
Alright, okay. These softwares are given by the company
With the
which-
robots.
robots.
Yeah,
Alright, which company is that?
Forward.
Forward. Okay.
British, they're a British
So
company.
our country, most of them are using Delaval.
Oh, Delaval, yeah, Delaval, yeah. We use a bit of Delaval equipment. The feeders out there, and you see in the middle,
Yeah.
I can't see for all the dust. These are called outer parlour feeders. So the cows go in there and get food as well as in the robots.
Alright, okay.
And it also takes a measurement off the pedometer. So again, it also tells us how far she's walking. If you look through there,
Alright, I saw that.
that's cleaner. So can you see that? And you see there's gates.
Yeah.
They come down. If the cow's due to be milked, the gate comes down and protects it. We get a lot of bullying. So you get older cows, or come behind a younger cow, bash her, they back out, and all the food's there, and then the older cows eat it all. But the gate's protected. Can you see the far corner one is shut?
Yeah.
See there's 3 you can see up.
Yeah.
The far one, there's obviously an animal in it, and she's
Yeah.
getting fed at the moment.
Alright, okay.
Look, 35 kilograms
Yeah.
per head wet matter.
35 kilograms wet matter.
Wet matter silage.
Alright,
What
okay.
we do, we run round bales. So all our silage is made in round bales.
Okay, and 35 kilo for every cow or certain.
For milking cows.
Milking cows,
Milking
yeah.
cows. Dry cows, the imminent dry cows, the ones that were due about to calve, they're on the same ration as the milking cows. The long-term dry and the young heifers get what the milkers haven't eaten. They eat what's left over, if you like. If we're a bit short, we'll mix up quite a dry ration for them because we want them to be quite bulky in the stomachs. You've got to be careful when we dry the cows off. They're used to eating a lot every day.
Yeah.
When they're dry, we have a 60-day dry period where they don't do anything.
Yeah.
So they milk for 305 days, and then they have 60 days of doing nothing. That's what we call the dry period.
Alright,
And that period, we don't want them to go thin. We don't want them to go hungry, so they get a lot of food.
Alright,
Just
I
to
know.
try and keep the stomachs full.
Yeah.
So
right.
sometimes we will give them a very dry ration, maybe even a bit of straw, just to bulk the stomachs up.
Yeah, but these 2 months, yeah?
Yeah,
If they come for the robot,
they can't. They're in a separate pen.
they're separate.
But we'll have told the computer
Yeah.
that they're not allowed in. It'll just let them go through, but they're in a separate pen. So the imminent ones are on Strova here, and the longer term dries,
Yeah.
I'll show you when we go around. They're over the far side.
But some cows in dry period, they even produce milk.
They
So
do.
it's gonna,
We tube them. So when we dry them off, we'll either put antibiotic tube in, dry cow tube, and a sealant. So you put the antibiotic up first, then you put the sealant, and the sealant sits in the bottom part of the teat and seals the teat.
or it won't make milk again, yeah?
For 60 days.
Alright,
After
okay.
60 days, you
Yeah.
then, when they've calved, we've got to throw the milk away for the first 3 days because there's still a chance of residues of antibiotics in the milk. We've
Alright.
got to throw it. After that, the sealants come out,
Yeah.
the antibiotics have come out, and we then can sell the milk.
Alright, okay.
But you've got to be very careful
Yeah.
that you tell the computer
Yeah.
to throw that milk, because if that milk goes in the tank, the dairy will test for it, and if we get antibiotics in the milk, we're only allowed to do it 3 times, then they'll take our license away.
Oh,
So
Alright.
it's serious.
So when they give the birth, the calf need to drink the colostrum, right?
In the first 12 hours,
Yeah, but if there is antibiotic in the
fine,
fine, it's
fine. The
Alright.
sealant won't harm the calf.
Alright, okay.
It's fine, but what we tend to do is when the cow's freshly calved, we'll squirt the teat and try and get some of the sealant out, but it won't harm the calf.
Alright.
But it protects the cow from getting mastitis while they're dry. Do you dry your cows off?
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you do
So,
anything?
but we don't do any medicine.
No.
We reduce to give the food.
And that's it. And they
That's
just
it,
dry up.
Yeah. So we stop giving pellets.
Yes.
So we just give dry hay.
Yeah.
So then
They dry up.
They dry up.
Yeah. No, for us, because we are drying them off at 25 and 30 litres, so they're giving a lot of milk.
Yeah.
If we didn't put any protection in there, and because they're housed inside some of the year, in summer they go outside, there's the risk of bugs getting in. So that's the reason we give the antibiotics.
Alright, okay.
On the computer, it'll tell us what the cell counts are. So in other words, how much mastitis potential they've got. So a low number, a 50 or 100 is low risk. When you get to 200 or 300, you're a high risk, and those animals are prone to getting mastitis. We are lucky we've got a very low cell count herd. We don't get a lot of mastitis. And because the robots tell us early, we're preventing it. And the dry cow therapy that we use, again, is the other reason we try not to get it. So obviously the cows are in, but over the far side there we have what we call a grazing gate.
Yeah.
And in the summer we open the inner gate, the cows walk to it, and the computer will decide if she hasn't been milked, it diverts her back into the shed to the robot. But those that have been milked are fine, it lets them go out into the field, and then we have paddocks in the field where they can go, different paddocks each day.
Alright.
So, and then at 5 o'clock at night, they all come back, and then they're staying overnight. They're only out during the day.
Alright, okay.
So, and that works really well. The beauty of it is they get a bit of sun on the back concrete, where when they go out into the field, it's nice and soft.
Alright,
And that works well. But we'll see that when we go around.
Yeah.
But we also have it looks like it's probably set off. We have a pusher, a robotic pusher that pushes the silage up to keep silage out of them all the time.
Alright,
We'll
okay.
see that when we go out.
Actually, in our area, we don't know this method, dry the cow with the antibiotic.
Yeah. I'll show you them. I'll show you
Yeah,
the same sort of thing as a tube. There's a mastitis tube.
Yeah, this is good knowledge, if I can take it and import to India.
Yeah. Oh, you'd be
That's
able to. Yeah, definitely.
Alright, we can go down.